Hey everybody, this is Michael Gabriel, and you're watching CMS TV.
So that was that. And then last night I went out. Believe it or not, I ventured out. My posse, we did our annual pilgrimage to the Dave Landau show.
Yeah, how is Dave?
He's good. You know, I can't thank him enough for the hookup. What a hookup he hooked up. It was at Hilarities where we saw Chris Porter at.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But instead of those little shitty tables that we sat at, we got the nice like couch area there right behind it.
You got the booth.
Yeah, we got like the booth couch, and it was really nice. It was a nice setup. And thank God we didn't have little tables because Dave was just destroying everybody that was at the tables. So I was super glad that we were not up front.
What do you mean he was destroying them?
Oh, he was just
like picking out people and making jokes and stuff.
He literally went from table to table to table to table all the way around the stage.
Yeah.
And just hammered on all of them.
Wow.
Just hammered on them, oh, are you married? Huh? No, you can't be. You look happy, stuff like that. I mean, he was just beating them up.
Sure.
So I was glad that we were back a little bit away from that because, it would have been worse with him knowing me too. He would have beat the living hell out of me.
Right.
So I was plenty happy to be in the back, but yeah, it was a great show. He did mostly new material, which was good. I mean, we go every time he comes. And I would say 80 to 85% of the material was stuff I had not heard before. So that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then after the show, we hung out for a little while, and then once the people cleared, then we went up and chatted with Dave for 15-20 minutes or so, and that was it. Really, I mean, it was cool. It was fun.
Not that you could divulge anything, but did he give you any insight in the Crowder thing?
Little.
Like bit. I said, not that you could divulge.
Yeah, none that I'm going to talk about here, but he told me a thing or two. So, yeah. It's all going to shake out the way it shakes out, whichever way, Bottom line, DaveLandau.com. Whether he's on Crowder or he's not on Crowder, he's always at DaveLandau.com.
Right.
So,
does he have any concern that he'll be out of a gig?
DaveLandau.com.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, that's enough right there. That's all right there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not sure. Not.
Yeah, I mean, he's up in the air at the moment.
As you can imagine, he's worried about making money.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Because he was getting a nice money.
Well, knowing after that video that you sent me today about Kumia having it out with what's his name?
Kevin Brennan.
Yeah, Kevin Brennan, and him just basically flat out divulging that he paid Landau $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
And Landau left that. So it's
a lot more.
Yeah, considerably more than that. So yeah, that's a nice chunk of change to make in a year,
And it's a hard chunk of change to find as a comic whose only two big successful things have really been Kumia and Crowder.
Yeah. So if Kumia was paying him $100,000 and he left Kumia for Crowder, you know that he, probably making double that, if not more.
Yeah. He's making at least $101,000.
Exactly.
Which is still more than a lot of people.
Yeah, true. Absolutely true. But that's a hard gig to lose if things just don't work out right.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he was super, super cordial, super cool. Like I said, he hooked us up with great premium tickets. We were in the premium section, which was very cool. It was just a good night. I mean, it was a good night all around. So
now does Dave live in Texas now?
I'm not sure where he's living. I know he was home in Detroit this week. but I think it was because it was his wife's birthday.
Okay.
Because he was supposed to do Seth Williams' show on Wednesday, but he couldn't because it was his wife's birthday.
Okay.
So I know he said during the show that he drove in from Detroit.
All right.
So I'm not sure if he still lives. I mean, he probably lives in Texas, but because when Crowder's going, they're in Texas. So
right.
I'm sure he lives there 4 days a week. He's probably just home until they figure out what's going to happen, I guess.
Well, I know that when he was doing Cumia, he still lived in Detroit, right? And he spent, lived.
Well, he had an apartment in New York too.
Right.
He had an apartment in New York or Jersey or somewhere, and then he had remember he used to talk about he had an apartment in Harlem. He was living in Harlem.
Yeah.
And then but then he would, if he didn't have a comedy weekend, he would fly home.
Sure.
So
it's a hell of a way to live. You leave the wife and kid at home, and you're out doing your gig during the week, and then you come home every other week or every weekend or whatever the arrangement is. Like, wow, what a tough way to have a home life, as it were.
You say tough way, I say it's the best way to keep a marriage going.
Well, at that point, it's just like, why bother?
Yeah. Well, got a kid now, so kind of stuck.
No, I understand that. I get that. But man, just I gotta go home now. Gotta go see the wife and the kid. Okay, I'm out the door. I gotta go back and do my gig.
Yeah, glad I was here.
Yeah, I'll see you when I see you.
Thanks for lunch and the blowjob. I'm out.
Right. She's just like, well, just keep that money coming.
That's right.
Just keep that money coming.
Sure, that's why the arrangement works.
Yeah. But to live in Detroit, though, of all places.
Well, he bangs on that pretty hard in his comedy routine.
Oh, I'm sure he does. What's not to bang on?
Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
That's like one of the jokes that he said repeatedly. It's on YouTube, so I don't mind giving it. But he talks about how Journey wrote, "Don't Stop Believing," and it does the whole thing about born and raised in South Detroit. And he's like, "But what's the next line?" Took the midnight train to go anywhere.
Exactly. I'm out of here.
Anywhere is better than being in Detroit.
Yeah. Well, can you blame him? I mean, geez, I don't know. I don't know when the last time you were there. I know you're going there for Metallic Cash, but still, it's just like, ugh, what a shithole.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to my Detroit time at all.
Well, the arena or the stadium you're going to, I've been there.
Right.
I've been there for a football game, so it's a really nice place. What is it? Ford Field?
Ford Field, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's an indoor. It's an indoor arena, and it's pretty good parking right around the area there, and it's a nice arena and everything. So, aside from just the immediate area, if you don't venture out from there, you'll be okay.
Dude, I'm driving in for the show. I'm going home that night.
Right.
I'm pretty certain I'm not even going to see Metallica.
Yeah, 3 hours up, 3 hours back.
And an hour and a half in between. Going to try and time it so that I only get in like 20 minutes before Pantera goes on. Get to my seat, rock out for an hour, leave.
Yeah, that's dedication right there. That you'll spend 6 hours round trip to see an hour and a half's worth of Pantera.
Yeah, dude, I'm Panteraing it up. I'm going 3 times.
Oh, now you got a third time now.
I'm going to Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
And then the next night we're driving over from Pittsburgh to Indy. We're gonna see it in Indy. That's in July.
All right.
And then Ford Field.
Okay.
I'm all in.
So where are they playing in Pittsburgh? Did you say they were playing
Star Lake?
Oh, okay. All right. Out at the amphitheater.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And then whatever amphitheater there is in Indy.
It's Deer Creek, I think it is, or it used to be called that years ago. I don't know if it's called that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a hookup through Knotfest, so it's like good. Just tell me where to be the day of the show. I don't need to know until then.
Sure, absolutely. Well, good. You got something to look forward to on the slate.
I got bunches to look forward to on the slate, man. I've got David Ellefson next month with the Kings of Thrash. him and Chris Poland and Jeff Young from doing the Killing Is My Business and So Far So Good So What in their entirety. So that'll be good. I'm doing that in February. And then I'm going to Queensryche in April.
Okay.
And then 2 Panteras in July and another Pantera in November.
Well, look at you.
I got some shit going on.
Yeah, you do. For a guy who basically has, become a homebody, you're venturing out again.
Trying to get back into moving around a little bit here, man.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
If it's available and you can go, why not?
Yeah. The biggest worry I have right now is the Queensryche show, because I'm probably somewhere in between there. I'm having surgery on my knee.
Okay.
So I'm like, I have the doctor's appointment on March 2nd to get the assessment and set the date for it's just going to be a scope. I think. I don't think it's going to be like real surgery. It's just going to be scope in my knee.
It's arthroscopic surgery.
Yeah, pretty much. They got to fix a tear in my MCL.
Sure.
Which, boy, did that fucking suck last night. Oh, just walking like 2.5 blocks from, because you know how Hilarities is, but for people that don't know, there's nowhere like the Hilarities is on a street that's blocked off. Like it's just walk traffic only. So you have to park somewhere else. And we had to park, I don't know, 2-3, but not very far, but we parked, I don't know, 2-3 blocks away, I guess. And I'm hobbling like an asshole, fucking trying to get into this goddamn place. And I refuse to use crutches, and I should be on crutches. I mean, honestly, I really should be on crutches, but I just refuse. And I should have crutched. I didn't. So it wasn't so bad getting in, but getting in fucking tore my knee all to shit. And then, getting back to the car. Oh my God, it took like a half hour because I just couldn't fucking move my goddamn leg without it hurting. So,
hobbling like an asshole.
Yeah, I was.
I think that should be the
title of the segment.
Hobbling like an asshole.
Exactly. But yeah, it really was. I mean, that was the only downer last night, was that my leg was just. I mean, you know how me and John and Steph and Kelly usually get. We usually the comedy show is just the start, and then we're going till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Sure.
We usually find somewhere to go. And last night it was like, finish the show, said hello to Dave. I'm out. I'm going home.
So you just met Stephanie up there. And they went separate ways.
Yep. And I was literally home before 11.
Wow, look at you.
And that's the kind of night I like. I like that more and more. Now that I'm old, I like see a show home by 11. That's perfect.
Did Dave do 2 sets or just a single set?
He was doing 2. He was doing 2 yesterday, 2 today.
I see. Did you go to the first one or the second?
Yeah, I went to first.
Yeah.
I went to the early show, the 7 o'clock.
And what kind of a break does he have in between?
I think it's 7:30. I think our show started at 7. Maybe it started at 7 and it ended about 8:30. And then I think the second show is like 9.
Okay.
To like 10:30, something like that.
Now, did you have to sit through opening comedians?
Oh, let me tell you about this.
Boy. Because I remember the opening acts that we saw for Chris Porter, and it was just like, okay.
Oh boy. The opening acts we saw for Chris Porter were Sam Kinison compared to what we had last night. First guy, his name was Ryan something or another. I'm going to be honest, I don't know either of these 2 guys' names. Reason, I don't care.
Right.
First guy, he's just new. I'll cut him an ounce of slack because it was very clear he's probably done 20 sets in his life.
Sure.
And for sure, this was the biggest night he's ever done playing, because that room's pretty big. There's probably
it's a good size room.
I would say like 300 people or so in that room, maybe. 300-400 people. I mean, it's a pretty big room.
Yeah.
And you could tell he was a little nerved up, and he's just, he only has 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever before the feature.
Like 5 to 8 minutes.
Yeah, wasn't very long. And he didn't get a lot of laughs, but he got a lot of chuckles. He got a lot of
just a little snicker.
A lot of that.
A little snickering.
Yeah. So he was okay, but he wasn't the worst. The next dude, though, Jesus Christ. I don't know what this guy's fucking deal was. I think, and again, I don't know this to be true, but I'm assuming this. I think this guy was stoned out of his mind.
Yeah, he may have been.
Because he was sort of like a Stephen Wright guy.
Okay, kind of like a depressed sounding dude.
Yeah.
Like kind of down mumbly.
Yeah. No inflections, no nothing. Except he was very slow with his jokes. He was getting nothing, not even polite laughs, not even, I mean, literally, dude, I've never been in a club this quiet. There were moments where literally all you could hear was him breathing.
And what length set did he get?
Had to be 25, 30 minutes or 7 years or something, because it felt like forever.
Right.
I mean, it felt so long. And literally told one really good joke. One. And I can tell you the joke because
tell me the joke. I want to laugh and laugh.
Because when you do one goddamn joke, it sticks out.
Right.
The joke was he was every time he started bombing, he started telling jokes about his dick. And the joke was his dick was like a Rubik's cube. And it was he said, I forget what it was. He's like it gets hard. It only gets hard after a really long time or something like that. And then he followed it up with, you can make it whole in 30 seconds if you're a small Asian child. And I will admit that was a pretty funny fucking line. That was a pretty fucking funny line, but it was the only laugh the guy got the whole night. Everything else
was that his closer?
No, that was his I'm bombing, so I got to try and tell something even just something really dirty to try and bring people in. I mean, I've seen comedians eat their balls before.
Right.
This was other level. There was silence. Like you could hear the waiter on the other side of the room taking an order. That's how quiet it was in the comedy.
You could hear a pin drop.
You really could. It was quiet. No laughter, no talking, nothing.
Yeah.
Just people were just like, all right, be funny. Come on. I mean, and it was endless. I couldn't believe how long it fucking felt. Oh, it was brutal.
But Dave killed though, huh?
Dave killed. But the worst part about that guy, when they introed him, they said that he's been featured on this and that and Showtime. And I was like, Showtime? How could Showtime put this guy on? Which makes me think he was really, really stoned. Because his delivery was so goddamn slow and dull.
Sure.
That something had to be wrong that he was this bad. But whatever it was, it did not work for me or anybody else in the room. Maybe he was better in the second set. Maybe he's better tonight, but he sucked during our set. Just brutal.
Stupid TV. Be more funny.
Exactly. Take the more out of it. Just be funny. Any kind of funny. I would have been happy. I would have been happy if the other guy came back up instead. The other guy that really was struggling, at least he got a few chuckles about his girlfriend or whatever. He was telling some jokes about, some of his jokes were kind of funny. He just didn't have didn't have it all together.
Yeah, he didn't have the delivery yet.
Yeah. I mean, he was telling some jokes about, dating during the pandemic and stuff like that. And some of it was kind of funny. It was cutesy funny.
Sure.
Not like dirty funny. It was more like, like one of the jokes he said was something to the effect of, he was embarrassed because even his live-in girlfriend moved out of his parents' house before he did, shit like that. There's a, cutesy funny, not like
right.
Ha 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 ha. Oh my God, I'm dying here funny.
Right.
And that guy might get it together because he does have some material. He just has to figure out the way to tell it.
Yeah, he's got to work on his delivery and his presence.
And he had a little bit of the race to the finish line thing that younger comics have. Get it out, get to the next one. No, don't leave any room. Don't leave any mannerisms.
I've only got 5 to 8 minutes, so I got to really, shotgun this thing.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Tell 2 less jokes and make them better. So people remember you.
Yep.
But yeah, then Dave came up and just fucking murdered.
Nice.
It was really fun.
So good.
Yep.
I haven't been to a comedy club since we saw a Porter. That's the last time I went.
I think Landau's coming your way.
Well, if he is, hook me up.
Let me see here. Let me go to the best website. Let me go to the best website on the planet, DaveLandau.com. Now, when I think of comedy, I think of DaveLandau.com.
Right.
Because that site is amazing.
That's the home of the funny.
That's right. No, sometimes I go there when I don't even want to see a comedian, just because it's such a goddamn funny place to go.
Right.
Let's see. Muskegon, is that your? No, it's Michigan, Florida, Pennsylvania. We go to March. Boy, this website works fantastically. It's amazing. Well, maybe he's not.
It's easy to navigate.
It certainly is. The guy that built this is a fucking pro.
Right.
Well, maybe I'm wrong here. I thought there was but I'm all the way out to May and there ain't anything. So whenever he comes back, though, if you keep an eye out at DaveLandau.com, then I'll, whenever he comes to Chicago, I'll definitely take care of it.
Well, when his webmaster updates his website with new dates.
No, he does his own dates.
Oh, really? He does that on his own, huh?
I will give him credit. I built him something so damn easy, he can do it himself.
Wow, look at that.
Yipper. Or at least I think he does himself. Maybe his wife does. I don't know, but it ain't me.
Somebody's able to log in and do it.
Yeah. The only thing I do is fix it when it's broke.
Right.
So, yeah, good time last night. It was definitely fun. It was definitely fun hanging with John and Stephanie and Kelly, and, we had a good time.
Oh, you took the Kelster with you.
I did.
Nice. Little double date. Look at you, double dating.
I don't know I'd go that far. It was just 4 people there.
You cute couples, you.
Not really. It was just 4 people there. Believe me, Dave wouldn't have been picking at us about being a couple. Look at you fucking unhappy people.
Right. It's date night.
Yeah, it was kind of date night Friday night. Everybody, it definitely was. The whole room was guy and girl.
Right.
There was definitely not I thought it would be more frat boyish, with the Crowder crowd.
Sure.
Really wasn't. When I looked around the room, it was all, here's a guy, here's his girl. Here's a guy, here's his girl. It was that thing.
They were normal hetero couples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about what it was.
That's a comfortable position for me to be in.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was definitely comfortable.
All right. Very good. All right. Well, I say that we take our first break.
All right.
And get to it.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
Pitter patter. Let's go.
All right. I'll let you pick a tune. What should we play?
Oh, yeah, I'm in the mood for heavier music tonight. So
okay.
My choice is, let's see. How about White Zombie from Astro Creep, from the Astro Creep release? How about if we go with El Phantasmo and the Chicken Run Blastorama?
Wow.
It's a long, stupid title, but it's a killer
yes,
song.
It is. All right. Let me see here. There it is. How about that? All right. Well, we're going to play a few tunes. We will come back and get rolling here. So
right.
Here it is. It's White Zombie exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
Thanks for checking out this episode of The Classic Metal Show. Get all of our episodes uncensored at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. Join us weekly from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. Eastern at www.cmsradio.net. Participate in the live chat room at www.chatandkill.com. Once again, thank you for checking out The Classic Metal Show with Neely and Chris. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job!